Let's talk about something I think we can all relate to. How moments of really deep meaning can show up when we're going through our toughest times. We're going to explore this idea that the most profound encounters don't always happen on a mountaintop, but right in the middle of our own modern-day wildernesses.
So, let's start with a feeling that might be a little too familiar. That feeling of being lost, Emotionally adrift in a wilderness we've either wandered into ourselves or one that life just kind of dropped us into.
I mean, it's no surprise, right? With anxiety, loneliness, and stress at record highs, this has become such a common part of modern life. It's that feeling of, metaphorically speaking, sleeping on hard ground with a head full of worries.
But what if those moments of feeling totally lost are precisely where something incredible can happen? There's this ancient story that gives us a powerful new way to look at finding hope right when we feel like we've hit rock bottom.
Okay, so let's dive into our first story. It starts with a man who is literally on the run from his past. He's a fugitive, weighed down by his choices, and he has absolutely no idea he's about to stumble onto holy ground.
So how in the world did he end up here? Well, this timeline kind of gives us the highlights. See, it all starts with this huge, amazing promise God made to his family. But Jacob's own choices, tricking his brother and his dad, have led him right here. He's alone, he's exhausted, he's on the run. By all accounts, there was absolutely nothing sacred about this night.
And yet, right there, in that moment of total vulnerability, sleeping on the hard ground, something incredible happened. He has this dream of a stairway connecting earth and heaven, and hears God himself confirming that old promise and saying, "I am with you."
When Jacob woke up, his whole world had shifted. The fear was still there, sure, but now it was mixed with this incredible sense of awe. That ordinary, random patch of dirt he was sleeping on, it was transformed. It wasn't just dirt anymore. It was holy ground.
He actually names the spot Bethel because of this. Think about that. This seemingly random, God-forsaken place was, in reality, the house of God, the very gate of heaven.
Okay, now fast forward a few centuries. We see this exact same pattern. Heaven breaking through to earth in the most unexpected of places. And it happens all over again, but this time in an even more mind-blowing way.
And once again, the setting is anything but glorious. You've got this time of national anxiety under political oppression. You have a poor young couple, totally stressed out, exhausted, with literally nowhere to stay. And their destination is Bethlehem, which was basically a small, unimportant town. The conditions were ripe for despair, not divinity.
And just like what happened with Jacob, it was right in the middle of this tense, humble, and stressful mess that the gate of heaven opened up again. Bethlehem became the entry point for the Redeemer who had been promised all the way back to Jacob's grandfather, bringing hope to the entire world.
So what's the connection here? We've got two stories, separated by centuries, but they are telling one cohesive story about where we should expect to find the sacred.
You know, when we lay these two stories side by side like this, the pattern just becomes so obvious, doesn't it? The divine doesn't tend to break through in moments of power and glory. It shows up in moments of human weakness, fear, and humility. A random patch of dirt becomes the house of God. An insignificant little town becomes the birthplace of hope itself.
So, what does this all mean for us? How can we bring this ancient pattern into our own lives? How does it apply to our own ordinary and, yet, sometimes really difficult spaces?
Okay, this brings us to a really crucial point. Our struggles don't push us away from the sacred. Actually, there's this unique kind of clarity that can come with being vulnerable. When all our usual defenses are down and our sense of control is just gone, we might just be more open to experiencing something beyond ourselves.
So that same presence that met a fugitive sleeping on a rock,
Well, that presence now meets us right where we are, in our homes, in our cars on the way to work, in those quiet, lonely moments. And that is how any of our ordinary spaces can be transformed. Your bedroom can become your Bethel. Your office can become holy ground. These can be the places where we're reminded, wow, surely the Lord is in this place.
So if this is all true, then how do we become more aware of this presence? How do we train our eyes to actually see the gate of heaven in our everyday lives? Well, the source suggests a really simple but powerful practice. It's not about grand spiritual gestures. It's all about intentional human connection. It's grounded in the idea that if the sacred meets us in our raw, ordinary moments, then one of the best ways to find it is by being truly present with other people in their ordinary moments. Helping with the dishes, running an errand together, these aren't just chores. They can actually be opportunities for that sacred presence to show up.
Which leaves us with this final practical thought. Where is your Bethel this week? What ordinary place in your routine, your room, your car, your school campus, can you just pause and look for that gate of heaven? You might be surprised to find that it's been there all along.